Hello and welcome to this Astranti bite-sized video. What you see on screen right now is an extract from our F1 video series. More specifically, it's on the topic of cash budgeting or cash management. Now, this topic is particularly important for F1 because we deal with inventory and cash management, and they're quite significant parts of the F1D portion of the syllabus. But you will also find it to be important in P1 as well, because part of budgetary control is in understanding how to prepare cash budgets and how they work. So it's important for both F1 and P1 in that respect. So without further ado, let's take a look at how we actually prepare a cash budget, specifically looking at how we calculate cash payments during the budget preparation process. The first thing we need to get are the credit purchases. So we need to take this line here and take this information and put it into our workings. And then we also want this information, which I've highlighted in red at the bottom. So 80% of all credit purchases are paid for in the month after purchase, with the remaining 20% paid 2 months after purchase. This information is very important, so commit it to memory. Let's go back to our workings. Our purchases then are 145,000, 155, 160 and 170. Again, I only took those from down here. So 145,000 in April, 155 in May, 160 in June, and 170 in July. You might be wondering where March is. Well, remember, we're only interested in credit purchases made at most 2 months ago. Because remember, 20% of all credit purchases are paid for 2 months after purchase. Therefore, March credit purchases will be paid for in May. And we're not interested in May, we're interested in making a cash budget for June, July and August. Therefore, March isn't included. With that in mind then, 20% of credit purchases made in April will be paid for in June, and then 80% of credit purchases made in May will be paid for in June because that is the month following sale. In June then, what we get is 20% of 145,000, which is 29,000, 80% of 155,000 in May, which is 124,000. So these two figures together represent our total cash payments that will have to be made in June with respect to our credit purchases made in the past 2 months. Repeat the process then for July and August. So again, in July, 20% of May's credit purchases to get 31,000, 80% of June's credit purchases to get 128,000, which gives us July's total cash payments with respect to credit purchases. Repeat it again for August, and then tally up all the figures. In June then, the toy car company would have paid £153,000 in credit purchases made in the past 2 months in June, 159,000 in July, and 168,000 in August. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more like this, including marks, revision notes, and even question tutorials, you can head on over to the Astranti website, where we offer a full course that gives you access to this wide variety of materials, all in order to help you pass your exam. Now, if you'd also like to stay in contact with us and see more posts like this, you can subscribe to our social media channels, which include Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.